Welcome to Legally Everywhere, where we are what?
They reconstructed the overall landscape through the lens of religion. And when you insert religion, you're also inserting culture, right? You're restructuring how normatives are set up, right? What's considered acceptable, what is considered normative, what is considered, appropriate, just with that, right? And I always find that very, very significant. And I thought it was something that we should bring back. Because absence doesn't mean freedom, right? Just because they just weren't doing things doesn't necessarily mean they don't have the control. And it kind of makes me think back to like almost like a Toy Story Woody kind of situation. Once again, almost tangential in the way that I'm bringing it up. But when you think about Woody, right, in Toy Story, he was the favorite toy. Like when you first kind of get something, oh, I love this. I enjoy this so much. I enjoy it. Every day, you're all on it, right? And then something new comes into the equation. You're like, you know what? It's still mine. You just put it to the background, right? Put it on, let's say, the shelf. Or like literally you watch the movie with shelf to underneath the bed, right? Which is just underneath there, wasn't getting any kind of attention. But then at some point, they kind of did get a little bit more attention, right? Like the power dynamics associated with that, right? Because even though it's like, okay, at one point in time, I was giving you a lot of attention. I'm all in your space, giving you all this energy. You know what? You're still mine. I can do with you as I please and as I wish. And it doesn't matter. You still have to function under the norms of being with my property. From the perspective of Woody, that was pretty rough anyway. But just to kind of give you that kind of idea of the power and control that kind of came into that effect. And it's just so interesting. Let's talk about that also to another lens. When Buzz Lightyear stepped on the scene, right? He changed everything up. So if we want to parallel some of this, and this is off the top of the dome, so I really hope this comes out the way I was hoping. But like when Buzz Lightyear popped in, like he changed the whole cultural setup of how all the toys were in this system, this social system, right? He changed the norms. He changed the whole standard, like the whole vibe in there was different. Of course, initially there's some resistance because everyone's like, hey, well, I was Mr. Potato, and hey, I'm this and I'm that. But eventually the culture was changed and there was some level like of assimilation and the standards were different. Hopefully you are able to follow along with the imagery I was trying to paint because I know some people really work with analogies when I'm able to present them.